I know they said just generic, like, community service, but that's normally what something like that takes the form of. Okay, which way is the... Okay, just keep going up.
What's up with the... I'll look up Massive Plot. Except, like...
Because I'm going to need that in a minute.
I'm getting there, Carson.
Ooh, Max Ether.
I'm getting there. And by I'm getting there, I mean I'm sitting here with my phone. I do get where he's coming from, but what I was going to say is a dumb teenager that admitted that they did wrong and honestly feels sorry. I think it's actually refreshing to see this game sort of show maybe if we nurture those talents, we could actually fix. There's a zero gate. Now you did that. No. Just land. Not you don't land in the. Just jump in the hole. You should be able to, yeah. You don't have to even go through the gate. You can just jump down here in the cutscene place.
Funny.
They intended you to walk through, but because you have to climb. Look up Nazi Plot.
I do what I want.
Hey, I did mountain climbing before. God, oh man, I can't wait until I get to that part. You're just entire fucking cynical tone while I'm mountain climbing, and you're just like, this is so wrong. I will figure out about Nasty Plot, and then I can ramble a bit. Alright. Need to use. Just, I know why you want Nasty Plot, so I actually go to Goldingo. This is just easier.
Just after learning Goldingo can't breed, so I guess the one I used in this playthrough is going to be turned into the competitive one.
Yeah, good fucking luck with that, though. This game has, like, almost no way to get EV resetting berries.
But don't they still exist?
Put a couple of asterisks in front of that.
What, are they only through, like, raids or something?
Raids and some respawns. No, it is a right pain in the arse. Nasty Plot is... Nasty Plot is... Nasty Plot is... Nasty Plot is... I'm scrolling, trying to find it. There is an advertisement. Good God, at the TM's hidden in here.
The area is quite big.
Jesus Christ! On cliff directly above research station number 2.
Okay, so...
That's easy.
So I have to remember and get to the second research station.
The
thing...
Well, except there's a problem with that.
I was going to say, though, like...
No, except there is literally a problem with that, and it is the best god-tier level of trolling.
Because it's on a cliff, do I need the ride Pokémon to get up there, meaning I actually can't?
You probably won't be able to get it.
That's bullshit.
Sorry, Carson.
God damn it, game. So, like...
Maybe won't be able to get it.
So, like, you have to go through this entire area to be able to use Miraidon in here, or Groudon, or does it open up when you, like, get to basically the end.
When you're at the bottom, I think you can call the right Pokemon.
I will have to try.
Don't quote me on that, because I only started collecting crap in here after going back.
I'll have to try that, and then because again of us being on the time crunch. Yeah.
Because I came back...
So, like, if it doesn't work, I'll say, feel like I didn't just rush the rest of the way.
Because in the story, you end up mostly locked.
Why did you hide Nasty Plot like that? Swords Dance is just on a cliff. Why is Nasty Plot the big one? I didn't notice she has an Eevee phone case.
Yes. She likes Eevees.
I am telling you, infinite amounts of merchandise. Like, you will make infinite amounts of money from penny Eevee-themed merchandise specifically.
She likes Eevees. She's obsessed with Eevees.
Too bad only like 3 of them are actually good.
Okay, I would argue, depending on context, that only really 1 or 2 Eevees are actually garbage. Looking at you, Flareon. And actually, specifically, while it's not the greatest use ever, Jolteon has seen a lot more use because of terastallizing, because Jolteon being a fast as fuck electric type and being able to terastal into some weird types actually makes Jolteon a pretty decent meta pick for Smogon singles. A lot of people have actually been terastling Jolteon into an ice type and using...
Of course they have.
Terra Blast. The idea is Jolteon is fast and frail anyway, so you can actually turn Jolteon into almost...
Yes, but, like, we have the other fast, frail ice type in singles, so I have to ask, why aren't people just using that, or are people coping on Jolteon because the Noodle got banned?
I think that thing is still allowed in OU.
And yet, I swear they banned the other thing almost immediately.
Let me go look at Smogon's current OU. I want to...
Because I know people for, like... I know for a minute there's something was, like, being suspect test, but I don't know if it actually, like, if a ban went through after the test or not.
Ah, traffic.
Boo, you stink.
Let's look at the current Smogon OU. I don't actually know what's currently in OU, which leads to this other thing I wanted to talk about, which was a better way to word another on. So at the moment... Oh hey, the Danger Noodle is OU.
Huh. I thought the thing got, like, suspect test. I guess the suspect test didn't go through, because I know people were calling for that thing to be banned.
I know it is literally singles, but that's incredibly fucking funny, given an argument we were having in that Pokemon discussion.
What?
Espathra is OU.
Huh.
People finally realized Espathra is fucking obnoxious.
Because it should be that calm mindset, or if not that calm mindset, that should be the first one that comes up. Should be the whole calm mind, like...
Actually, it is a calm mind focus set, but it's the other weird thing.
What?
It is actually using Espathra's weird combination of abilities and stats and shit to actually be a bulky pivot.
Okay, well, yeah, I didn't see that coming. So, is the ability actually opportunist?
No.
Oh, so it's still speed boost?
Yes. It is a combined stored power set using Espathra's weird, somewhat competent HP stat to be bulky and to literally use that bulk to get a stored power set going because people are so fundamentally butthurt with bulky Pokemon because Espathra gets access to Roost.
Why does it get Roost? It's an ostrich. They can't fly to begin with.
Oh, that happened.
Funny.
That's not the Gomora. Also OU.
Okay, we all know that thing is OU because of its
What is this Gomora set?
It's probably going to be a hazards bitch.
Okay, that one doesn't surprise me.
What?
It's a fast offensive set and using.
Yeah, speaking of Lamara.
It's a fast offensive set using hazards is not really what this set does. It's just fast and offensive, and the fact that it's being fast and not being strong is essentially... God, I can't talk. It's not trying to directly set hazards. That just kind of happens by the name.
That's how this thing works, because its abilities, whenever it gets hit, it lays down toxic spikes. So this thing just existing sets down toxic spikes. It's that simple. Speaking of the toxic debris.
Looking at OU just makes me laugh because the Smogon OU is funny because, like, seeing Espathra running a weird bulky set to basically become powerful indirectly amuses me because that speaks to what we kind of argued about. And then there's just other good fucking Pokemon. And also, this is incredibly funny. This is Smogon OU, but it's also funny because of another argument we had started that never got finished. But Meowscarada and Skeledirge are OU. Bisexual duck? No. Oh, wait, nope, never mind. No, they're all three. Oh.
That makes sense.
Never mind, I thought... I'm dumb. Skeledirge's doing what I think Skeledirge is doing. Yep. Yep, that makes sense. Skeledirge is also being ran as a defensive pivot because it has Unaware.
Again, that makes sense. And while certain things are OU, I will be that guy and say certain things are sort of...
What is Quabble doing?
It's...
Never in my goddamn life.
What?
There are two Quabble sets. One of which caught me right the fuck off guard.
What?
Okay, first of all, there's a generic Jolly Moxie set that runs Swords Dance.
That makes sense. That's fairly straightforward.
It's that other set.
What?
Bulky Bulk Up.
I could kind of see that because of Aqua Step. Because Bulk Up would give
Bulk Up, Aqua Step, Close Combat, Roost, Taunt, or Ice Spinner.
Yeah, I can kind of see that.
Using a weird defensive Terra type and the fact that your bulk is really not that bad because your HP is 85 and your defense is 80. And it is running a bunch of speed, a mid-range of attack, and a lot of HP investment. And Aqua Step makes you faster Let me guess. Hold on. What? Oh, there's not a note on the bulk up set.
Meaning that
because they also said a lot of these are samples, and some of these Pokemon need new analysis as the metagame has shifted. But I was just reading.
Because, for a while there, no one cared about, a Quaquaval.
No, well, okay. I can try to finish my other point. That's funny, given what we had argued about, that we didn't get to fully finish the argument. Brian was saying that Meowscarada is basically the best starter. It's time for the question of the day and my overall thoughts on the topic. So anyway, what was your first blind reaction to Area Zero? A lot of people have the same type of blind reaction, especially if they were paying attention to the story. The game builds up that Area Zero is dangerous and forbidden, and yet when you enter the area for the first time, you're basically greeted by this almost untouched natural wildlife preserve that, other than a few labs, is basically untouched by humans, and you start to quickly notice that the crystals that are all over the area do not appear to be dangerous, and this can basically set up a bit of doubt in your mind that maybe the people you trusted are hiding something, and maybe this area is not as dangerous as you were led to believe. But then, as you venture deeper into the area, you start to understand what makes the area dangerous and forbidden. But when you stop to think about this area, you start to realize that this area is a natural area with almost no human intervention, and the human intervention that happened essentially stopped. So, of course, the Pokemon in this area might be a bit hostile because they're protecting their territory, making you more of an invader that is basically invading a space you really should not be in. And you might start to question the moral and ethical value of doing research here in the first place. And I feel like the game does a good job of keeping the research morally gray instead of making the research inherently good or evil, since the research did a lot of good, but it also did a lot of bad. And I feel like this was a good way to look at the progress of science while indirectly pointing out how science, even if the intents are good, might end up destroying the environment or forcing animals out of their habitat. And I feel like we need a good balance. And while the game does not directly cover these themes, they are decently obvious, at least if you look at how everything is laid out, since the game does point out the positives and negatives. And I really do like that, while I normally give people crap for reading between the lines or pointing out story events that are not directly stated. I feel like the theming here was basically a gray area take on the positives and negatives of science and innovation, since both sides are clearly represented and both sides are not inherently 100% right or 100% wrong, and the researchers involved were never painted as villains. They were people that were trying to use the research for a positive outcome for humanity, but at the same time, it seems like they never thought about how this positive outcome could affect an ecosystem like Area Zero. But anyway, with that mildly pretentious ramble over, you can leave your thoughts, opinions, and answers in the comments, or you can leave them on social media. All of my social media links, as well as my Discord links, are in the video description. Now, as always, I need to be a shill for a minute if you subscribe to the channel, and if you follow me on social media, that really helps our communities grow. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I hope I will see you all next time. So as always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, everybody. I hope you come back someday. See you later.